everybody, thanks for joining me today. I think we all know that if there's anything I love, it's a nice little lip set, a holiday lip set, everybody. And so I've got a couple of them today that are minis. We're talking itty bitty minis, and I'm going to compare them both. I got them both recently from Sephora. Been playing around with them, little different formulas, little different color spread, but yet I do think they both have a lot of similarities. So I'm going to try them on for you, give you my review, and basically let you know what I think is the best value out of them both. So the ones I'm going to be comparing are the Charlotte Tilbury Mini Hot Lips Charms. So the 3 lipsticks that you get come in this little box, and it opens up and you can reclose it and kind of keep that shape to the box. But this was $25 for these 3 mini lipsticks, and it's a trio of the Hot Lips 2 lipsticks, which I hadn't tried any of these before, so I thought what a nice chance to try 3 like popular shades from that line. So to me, right off the bat, there's kind of a bonus. You're getting to experience shades that are not just limited edition and get the mini to try. So like I said, $25 for that set, and each one of the lipsticks is tiny. I mean, this has had kind of low ratings on Sephora's website. In the 51 reviews on this product, it's only averaging out to like 2.5 stars, and I think a lot of the complaints are how little they are. So it is 1.3 grams in each of these lipsticks. Now let's talk briefly about the Bite set, and I'll get more in depth in a second, but theirs is called Treat Yourself. And normally Bite comes out with like a little 4-piece set, and it's in a tin, like a little red tin. I mean, I don't know how many years they've been doing it, but I have quite a few tins stocked up. Frankly, I didn't really need another one, but what they changed this year was instead of giving you the tin, it's in a box, and then they've actually colored each of the tubes, which I love. I love when you can see at a glance what color you're working with, and sometimes in these sets, Bite will give you shades from their actual line. In a lot of cases they are, but I believe I've also had some sets where there was something limited edition thrown in. All of these shades appear to be limited edition. It says it's their 4-piece mini amuse-bouche supercharged lipstick set. And for 4 lipsticks, it's $21. Okay, so a few bucks less for an extra lipstick, and each lipstick is actually slightly bigger than the Charlotte Tilbury. Instead of 1.3 grams that you're getting in here, you're getting 1.5 grams in each of these. But they say each shade in the Bite set is inspired by crave-worthy holiday treats, and Bite is also a clean at Sephora brand. So there's your overview, my friends, and now we're going to talk more specifically about each one, show you the try on, and then we'll have a little wrap up kind of comparison at the end. But as far as the Hot Lips set, I was not shocked at the size because I've gotten some minis from Charlotte Tilbury before. I think somewhere along the line I got a trio of minis years ago, and they were just this small. So this was kind of what I was expecting to see. I immediately loved the kind of cheetah print on the outside of the tubes. I think that's adorable. And for someone who has a lot of lip products, the size does not bother me. But here's the thing. Mini lipsticks do tend to be a bit more fragile than full size, and I do recognize that this is not the intended format for this product. These lipsticks were first chosen to be put out as full-sized items. They've just downsized them for a holiday kit. So I recognize that you may not run into this problem with a full size, but a couple of them, when I got them, the little lipstick just flew out on one, you know, open with care, I would say, because it just went pop, and then I popped it back in. Fortunately, nothing was stained or damaged in that process, and then another one was kind of loosened up from the actual tube. The bullet was loose from the tube, and you just had to stick it in a little bit. Not saying that's going to happen to everybody, but my experience should remind you that mini lipsticks, especially this tiny, can be pretty fragile in these tubes, so don't press too hard as you apply them to your lips. You can still get a very satisfying application, as I think you'll see in the try-on, but don't press too hard and open with care. Now, the formula of these Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, I feel like it's overall a cream lipstick, but I feel that 2 of the shades, the more vibrant 2, have a little bit more of a matte look, and then the nude carries a bit more like softness and glide and shine on the lips. But overall, I call it a cream lipstick, and none of the shades are really that shiny. But I really fell in love with these colors. After testing them all out, I was like, oh my gosh, these are all really universally really nice shades, like this nude called JK Magic. They call it a soft magical pink kissed with nude, and I love it. I think it's so wearable. I feel super comfortable having that on. Sometimes the deal with nudes for me is like I'll pop them on, but I don't feel like my face as a whole looks really finished when I've got it on there. And this one I think just looks gorgeous. And again, there's a little extra softness and a tiny bit of extra sheen in this shade. Just catches the light slightly more than the other two will. And I really like that formula and I love that color. Now we've got a couple of shades that are actually kind of close, but I enjoy them both to pieces. One is called Viva La Vergara, and this shade they're calling a soft wine color. Yes, I get it, kind of a dusty berry, and it's really approachable. It is probably the kind of shade I have a lot of times over in my collection, but that doesn't make me tired of it or anything. I really like the color. I think so many people would find that to be a really nice finishing touch for a look. I just get this sense that it's pulling things together so well. Again, do you notice how it looks almost matte, but it does have a creamy feel going across the lips? And then the last one here is called Amazing Amal, and this is going to be your brightest shade. It still has kind of a berry vibe. They call it a warm berry pink. There's a brightness here. I feel like it's classic and stunning. It's a little different take from your usual red, a bit more pink involved there, but really, really gorgeous. So I definitely fell in love with those shades and was excited to have the opportunity to try these colors that have been popular as full-size lipsticks. And with the size of makeup collection that I have, I'm not needing lots and lots of lipstick. You know, the small size will really suffice for me. So when you look at those swatches together, I do feel like, wow, that's a nice, pleasing little trio of shades. But now let's talk about the Bite set. This is going to be several dollars less. It's $21 instead of $25. You're going to get 4 lipsticks instead of 3, and each lipstick is going to be slightly bigger than each of the Charlotte Tilbury ones. But I thought, you know, am I going to like the shades as well? First off, like I said, very impressed that they decided to color the tubes. I hope going forward, I heard they're redoing their whole like lipstick formula. Hope it's good, hope I keep liking it, but I would love if they put every one of their shades in their own special colored tube. I'm sure that amounts to a lot of work for the brand, but gosh, does it make each shade kind of a little more individual and more of a standout thing. I would say in this Bite kit, you're getting 2 more neutral nude colors and 2 brighter shades. So let's start out with the one called Cocoa Bite. This one I feel is like a rich sandy nude, and the texture of these are so luxuriously creamy. Like, I would still classify the Charlotte Tilbury ones as a cream lipstick, but these feel like a buttery, nourishing, luxurious lip treatment going across the lips. So I feel like the experience of applying and the feel on the lips, I gotta give extra points to Bite on that one because they feel so nice. And this shade, again, a very wearable neutral. There's some warmth in it, but a real like kind of dusty peachiness. You know what I'm getting at there? So I do like that shade. I think there's enough depth in it for me to feel really comfortable wearing it. The next shade that's also kind of nude-ish is the one called Good Jujube. This one is actually so similar to the nude in the Charlotte Tilbury set. So I was really glad to see that because I loved that tone and I feel like it's super similar here with this one. So I'm sensing a little more pink in this, just incredibly wearable. The shine that kind of comes off your lips once you've got this applied is so healthy, very opaque, you know, full color in one pass. Again, don't press these too hard to your lips because they're soft, creamy lipsticks. If you don't want them breaking on you, you've got to be a little bit careful. The next shade is probably the most unique, I feel, in this entire lineup that we're talking about from both brands. It's called Ruby BonBon, and it's this really pretty pink where I feel like the shine shows extra. I'm looking closely at it to see like, is there anything metallic in there? I don't think there's any shimmer in any of these shades from either set, but for some reason this one just really is lustrous and catches the light in a beautiful way, and I like having that in the mix. It's something a little bit different, but it's not too dark. I don't find it unapproachable, but it's fun, and it would also be a fun like mixer shade in with the other 2 more nude colors if you wanted to switch it up. And then the final shade from Bite, it's the one I've been wearing throughout the whole video, is the color called Cherry Truffle. And I am so all about this red. Sometimes I think a little bit deeper red can be more approachable for the masses than the bright fire engine red, you know? And that's what this is. This is a red with a little bit of depth. I think it looks super classy. Such a nice shade to have on hand for the upcoming holiday season. The one catch here is that these do have some shine. I mean, can you tell that these colors from Bite especially, like they pick up a little light. There's a little shine there. If I was wearing this throughout the day for the long haul, I would probably give this a little blot with a tissue beforehand, just to lessen the likelihood of anything getting messy there. But my goodness, what a classic, wonderful shade. And just a beautiful wearable take on red. I love to see that in here. And again, with both of these, you're getting sets of lipsticks. So you can apply one shade, you can layer on another shade, you can leave a little gap in the center of your lower lip and put a lighter shade in there to give a different look. As you look at the swatches side by side, I kind of tried to line up those two nudes from each kit that I thought were pretty similar. And I know those first two from Bite do look kind of the same, but I see a definite difference once they're applied on the lips. If I were going to recommend one of these sets to you guys, I would lean you more toward the Bite. Something I noticed here is that that kit would normally come in a little metal tin and it would be $25. And now they've done away with the more heavy duty packaging, and as a result the price has gone down, and I'm glad to see that, you know. I think they could have easily charged 25 bucks and this still would have been a good deal just because of the quality of the lipsticks. But at 21 bucks you're getting 4 minis. These are not shades that you have to go around and around and around your lips with. I think a person would still have these for quite some time. I love the color spread. You're getting a couple of neutrals, a pink, a red. The formula is so luxuriously buttery rich. It really feels like a special experience to apply those. I think they're great. Now the Charlotte Tilbury, well, I really like the 3 shades that are in there and I enjoyed getting to sample those. The formula is creamy and nice to put on, but they're not quite blowing my mind like the Bite ones are. And to think about giftability, I mean, I did have the issue just opening those up and the lipstick kind of coming out of the tube on a couple of them, and it's like, well, I can deal with that, but what if I gave it to somebody and that happened again, and then you're kind of like, that doesn't make the product look so good. The Bite I had no quality concerns with in any way, but I still can't take anything away from these shades. These colors are so wearable, and I think anybody who's remotely a fan of berry would have a couple of shades that they would just be obsessed with there. So all in all, friends, we've got 2 nice lip kits here, but if I could only keep one, I think the Bite edges itself out on top a little bit for me. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Have you tried either of these kits? Are there any other lip kits out there that you're looking at? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Bye.